Play. Good morning, everybody. It's Miss Sinclair. It is March 3rd. We're going to do lesson 12 today. So there are a couple of things we're going to do today. First of all, we're going to complete lesson 12. It's kind of exactly like yesterday, but exactly different. So I know that sounds confusing, but it's really not. And then after we finish lesson 12, we're going to go do corrections from yesterday's assignment because several people struggled with yesterday's assignment. So we're going to do kind of both things today. In this packet, there's a whole bunch of questions that they ask, a million different questions in a million different ways about the same thing. So we're not going to do all that because that just seems silly to me unless you want to do that. Yes? No? Okay. They want us to draw a bunch of stuff. We're going to do some of that, but we're not going to do all of that. Okay? Create a model to show 2 times 5. How could I draw 2 times 5?
Draw a tape diagram.
With how many boxes in it?
So there would be a long tape diagram with a split. So, and there would be like a half point and one side of the split showing the 2, and then the other side would show the 5, and the 5 would be 1.
If I do that, let me draw that. That's only 7. So that isn't really going to work. How did I do 2 times 5? Kaden.
Draw 2 tape diagrams. One has 2 blocks, the other has 5.
That's what I just did here, and I only got up to 7. Yeah, but here's 2, right? And here's 5. It's still only 7. Alexis.
You can make 2 separate tape diagrams with both 5.
There we are. Five and 5. Right? How can I create a model to show 2 times b or 2b? How do I do it if it's a variable? Check this out. I have 2 b's, right? Now I'm going to talk about 2 times a plus b. And we're going to draw this one, and then that's going to be it for this page. So I have a plus b plus a plus b. Remember when we did this on Monday? And you stood up in the front, we rearranged everything. So how could I rearrange these? Olivia? Exactly right. And then they want to know how many A's there are and how many B's there are, and that just seems silly to me. So we're not doing silly today. Let's go to page 2. We group together the A's, then we group together the B's. How would you write that? Blah, 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 blah. It's all the same thing again and again and again. So let me ask you this question. We're going to use 2 times A plus 2 times B, which is what they have us keep focusing on. And then it says, let A be equal to 3. So we're just going to substitute numbers in there. And B is going to be equal to 4. And then I can solve that, right? Tyler, 2 times 3 is?
6.
And 2 times 4 is? You add those together and you get 14. Does that look right? What happens when we double it? So if they tell you to double something, what does that tell you in your brain you're doing, Kaden?
So if the answer is 7, then you'll add 7.
You'll double it. Yep, you can add the same number, but if it's an A and I don't know what A is, I can't. Okay, times by 2, right? Okay, so watch this. Now we're going to do A plus B. Whoops. 2A plus 2B. And we're going to double it. We're going to multiply the whole thing times 2. And we're still going to substitute in the 3 and the 4. Can you predict what the answer is? If we already answered it here, and now we're going to double it, do you predict where we're going to end up, Kaden? Not 21, but you're close. Anna?
28.
28. So let's see if that's what happens. So I'm going to take out the A and put a 3 in there. I'll take out the B and put a 4 in there. And then I'm going to double everything. 6 plus 8 times 2. 14 times 2. 28. Exactly where we thought we would end up, right? It's kind of nice sometimes if you can do a prediction, and then if you get your answer and you're like way, way, way not even close, you can go, okay, well, something went wrong. How can we double 3x plus 4y? Okay, so here's 3x plus 4y, and I am going to double it. I'm going to multiply it by 2. This is where the distributive property comes in handy. So we're going to multiply 2 times everything in there. All right? So we're going to say 2 times 3 times x. Anybody want to give me a guess on where that would end up? 2 times 3 times x. Anna?
6.
You're absolutely a genius today. I mean every day. Then we're going to carry down the plus sign. And now we're going to go 2 times 4 times y. Brock? 8y. Does that make some kind of sense? All right, that's all we're going to do on that page. And we're going to skip this and this and this and this. Let's look at example 3. So you guys remember seeing these kind of drawings before in math? Seems like when I used to help out in 4th grade math, we did something kind of like this. And it works a little bit like a multiplication table. So you're going to find out where this meets this, and you're going to multiply and get an answer to put in this box. So we're going to multiply 4 times x times y. Does that make sense? 4 times x times y. And then in this box, 5 times y. And it says to add those two, so I'm going to write it down here, 4xy plus 5y. Expanded form. What do you do when you do expanded form? Lene? Stretch everything all out. Put all the time signs and all the adding signs, everything back in. Brayden, what's this going to be then?
4
Times what?
times y.
I got to do this one. Yep. Plus,
Plus 5 and y.
exactly. Expanded form, right? That's it for that page. Okay, here's where we're going to start the real practice. On exercises. We're going to skip this one. Okay, here's our actual practice. I'm going to write it over here so it's bigger for you guys to be able to see. I'm just recopying. We're not going to draw models unless you guys want to draw. I'm going to say 3 times x. Then I'm going to bring down the plus sign. And then 3 times y looks like that. Let's do another one. It's just bigger so you can see it. 4 times 2 times h. Anybody want to take a stab at that? Exactly right. What do I put down next? The plus sign. And then 4 times 8, or I'm sorry, 4 times g. 4G. Sounds like a phone commercial, doesn't it? You have 4G networks. Now they got 5G, right? Okay. You know, the first time I got I'm trying to think. First time I got a cell phone. The first cell phones are like this big. And you had to carry a suitcase that went with it. It's crazy.
You mean a tablet?
No, it was not a tablet. It was an actual telephone that was big, and you had to carry a suitcase for the connectivity. My, how things have changed. Okay, distributive property. So we're going to practice one more together, and then I'm going to turn you guys loose, have you practice a few on your own. 8 times h. Liam? Plus 8 times 3, Liam. $16 plus 8 more. You could add. Use your fingers. Get to it however you have to. Yep. You can do it. See? All right. I want you to do 4 and 5 by yourself. I'll give you a couple minutes, and then we'll compare answers. Okay. Are we ready?
No.
Okay. You can use a calculator if you need to. I don't know that you need to right now, but you might. Okay, let's look at this one first. 3 times 2 times h. Caden Knapp. 6h plus 21. He's a genius. And the next one, Liam.
15x plus 45y.
Can you guys believe you're doing algebra?
No.
Just 2 weeks ago, you would look at that and go, what? What? All right, let's do 2 more. Here's the next one. We're going to skip 7. Okay. Camden Taylor. Plus. What's the rest? Yep. Don't forget the second part. Just a minute. Okay, number 8. One more practice. Go. trick you by throwing a variable in there. I don't think they're going to trick you. Got it. All right, here's the last one, Felicity.
9.
You forgot about this out here. Aiden, what do you get?
Alright, so I got 9AB plus 13N.
Why did you put them in that order? Because it says A times 9 times B.
I put it that way because in math you have to do it left to right, and of course the number has to go before the letters.
The number has to go before the letters, and the letters have to be in alphabetical order. Excellent job. Excellent job. So your chore for today, or as they used to say in an old TV show, your mission, should you choose to accept it, but you will, is to do problem 1 only. We're not going to draw. Problem 1, these questions, and you're going to put them in Kami. I'm going to give you about 8 minutes. Think that'll be enough? Okay, 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and then I'm going to do corrections for lesson 11. All right? So right ahead. You may use a calculator, yes.